Imagine getting your hands on a drone before the world even knows it officially exists. Sounds wild, right? Well, buckle up, because the DJI Mavic 4 Pro story just took a turn that no one, and I mean no one, was ready for. Stick around, because what's coming up might just change the way you see DJI forever. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. For the past few months, the internet was buzzing. Everyone was sure, absolutely sure, that the Mavic 4 Pro was dropping on April 24th. It was like this giant wave of excitement rolling in. You couldn't scroll anywhere without seeing it. Leaked box photos, shipping manifests, trusted sources promising the date was locked in. April 24th felt like a done deal. But here's the thing. It was never real. Because behind the scenes, DJI had already shifted gears. And they weren't telling anyone. A few days ago, a name you might know if you're deep into drone leaks, Hakasushi, quietly dropped a warning. Now this guy, he's not the type who posts every day. When he talks, you listen. And he said, plain and simple, that the Mavic 4 Pro was not coming on April 24th. No drama. No exaggeration. Just a cold, hard heads up. At first, people brushed it off. I mean, how could it not be true? There were boxes. Real DJI boxes. Taped up, stamped, sealed, with stickers that literally said, do not open before April 24th. If that's not confirmation, what is, right? But the truth? It was all a distraction. Because while we were all chasing box photos and rumors, DJI was quietly pushing the schedule back. And then it happened. The kind of leak that doesn't just suggest something, it confirms it. A full internal DJI email landed in the hands of Jasper Ellens, and he shared it through Drone XL. This wasn't some vague screenshot or half-blurry memo. This was a real deal. A direct email to DJI's early experience testers. And honestly, it's kind of hilarious, because the email literally tells testers not to leak anything, and then gets leaked immediately. You can't make this stuff up. But buried inside that email? Gold. First, DJI is offering their early testers a jaw-dropping deal. The Mavic 4 Pro, brand new, nearly half off. 7,600 renminbi, which is about 1,041 US dollars. Now, compare that to the final retail price, somewhere around 13,500 renminbi or $1,849. Maybe even pushing $2,250 if you're getting it with a new controller. That's an insane discount. If you're thinking about timing, here's where things really click into place. The email states that the tester period ends May 11th, and if you know DJI at all, you know they don't like launching products on Mondays or Fridays. Something about global time zones and marketing strategy. Meaning, the most likely launch date for the Mavic 4 Pro is now Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Circle that date, because that's when the Real show begins. And while the official launch is creeping closer, the leaks have already exploded. We've seen blurry footage of the drone sitting on coffee tables. We've seen backyard flight tests, even snowy mountain shots from Russia, courtesy of Igor, one of DJI's more mysterious leakers. At this point, it feels like the whole internet's already flown the thing. But what's inside the Mavic 4 Pro is what really matters. And if even half the leaks are accurate, this isn't just an upgrade, it's a full-blown revolution. Let's start with the camera. Word on the street says we're looking at a monster, a 100-megapixel 4 by 3 Hasselblad sensor. That's not a typo. 100 megapixels, paired with a 28mm f/2.0 lens that can stop down to f/11. Compared to the Mavic 3 Pro's 20-megapixel sensor, this is a whole new universe. And it doesn't stop there. The telephoto lens, also getting a major glow-up. A 50-megapixel sensor with a crisp 168mm f/2.8 lens. That's portrait-level clarity from the sky. In terms of video, 6K at 60 frames per second, 4K at 120 frames per second, and 14 stops of dynamic range. That's cinematography-grade power, packed into something that fits in your backpack. But DJI didn't just stop at the camera. They're coming for the crown in transmission, too. The Mavic 4 Pro is rumored to feature a brand new 04 Plus transmission system, delivering live 4K video at 30 frames per second, with a jaw-dropping range of 40 kilometers. I mean, think about that for a second. 40 kilometers. That's not just a little upgrade. That's a whole different category of freedom. Now, not everyone's totally convinced yet. Some people are skeptical because DJI hasn't officially teased this tech. But honestly, if they're saving that announcement for the big stage, It's going to drop like a bomb. And let's talk battery life, because this one's a serious game changer too. A leaked spec sheet hints at a 6,654 milliamp hours battery, giving around 52 minutes of flight time. And fast charging at 245 watts? That's land, recharge, and get back up in the air before your coffee even cools down. Imagine how much more you can capture when your drone's resting time shrinks that much. There's more, and it just keeps getting better. Leaked documents point to possible LiDAR obstacle sensing. Not just simple front sensors, but forward, backward, maybe even a full 360-degree coverage. Although, if we're being realistic, a 180-degree sweep feels more probable at launch. Still, imagine flying with that level of security. Those heart-stopping moments when you dodge a tree branch by inches, they could be gone for good. Storage? Huge upgrade there too. The Mavic 4 Pro is expected to ship with 64 gigabytes of internal storage by default. And if you grab the bundle with the RC Pro 2 controller, you might get a massive 512 gigabytes built in. Compared to the Mavic 3 Pro's tiny 8 gigabytes, that's night and day. Flight weight comes in slightly heavier, around 1,045 grams. But honestly, with all this tech packed inside, it's more than justified. Plus, there's talk of dual remote support, fast on movement for buttery smooth turns, and a completely revamped gimbal that could allow for up to 180 degrees of tilt. Try wrapping your brain around that for a second. Full cinematic shots, but now with moves that feel straight out of Hollywood rig. All of this paints a picture of a drone that doesn't just evolve. It transforms what we expect from DJI. And honestly, it's about time. The official product images and final specs could land as early as this week, possibly around May 6th. DJI has been playing it quiet, but the dam's about to break. And when it does, it's going to be massive. So if you're thinking about upgrading your drone setup, or even buying your very first pro-level drone, hold tight, because the Mavic 4 Pro might just set a whole new standard for what's possible in the sky. Stick around with me, because as soon as those official details hit, I'll be back breaking down every last piece. Hands-on footage, real-world tests, no nonsense, just real-world experience, and what it actually feels like to fly this beast. If you're as hyped as I am, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get ready for a wild ride, because we're just getting started.